Okay, so, right. So it is transition. Advancing your IQ a little bit more, you always want to give your middle the best option, and you always want to put them in the best situation because it is a fast set, so they don't really have a lot to be able to work with. They don't have that long distance of a ball or high up in the air to be able to figure out, oh, what can I do? They have to make a decision within half a second that you're putting the ball up. So transitioning, whenever, and you can ask Coach Bryce, what we harp on them in the gym, up at the college level, we are pushing them to get off the net and be ready to hit. Out of a transition, it is so hard for blockers to get back to base and then back to where they're supposed to hit. They're always thinking about, okay, as an outside, I'm supposed to defend, I'm supposed to block the right side. As a right side, I'm supposed to block their outside. Like, they're always thinking about their next step as a defense, as a blocker, and you can think about that too. As defense, as soon as you set the ball, you're ready to get back in transition and back into defense to play the next ball, right? So you have to think as setters more along the lines of not just setting. As a setter, you have to think about defense. You have to think about, okay, if I'm a blocker, what would I be doing? If I'm defending over there, defending my middle, where would I be? So you have to outsmart not only the opponent, but you have to be able to play for everybody else on your side of the court too. Okay? So whenever you're doing something fast out of the middle, you do want to do it out of transition because that's quick, right? It's quick, they're coming off, you're making your hitter come off, you're making your middle work to get off the net, and then right back on the net to get a quick, easy kill. Because on the other side, defense, they're transitioning to get back into their defensive setup. So if you get off and we get a great dig, your side gets a great dig, and you're at the net, and you get that setter, you get that middle a good set, quick kill, they're off balance, they're not sure where else to go. Okay? When do we want to set the outside? So receive? Right? We want to open up the court. You want to open up the court as setters. You want to make sure you are not in a system of outside, middle, right side. I'm setting outside, I'm setting the middle, and then I'm setting the right side because it's so easy to pick up on as a defense, okay? So you want to make sure you open up the court and you open up what you're going to do. Now, I'm not saying you go in and every single free ball you give to your right side, or every single serve receive ball you give to your outside, because then that's something else that other teams pick on and other defenses pick on. But you get into a rhythm and you get into a system of, I know where this ball is supposed to go and I know that defense cannot stop it. So you have to, as setters, you have to build your IQ up and build up your range of knowledge of the game. Not only as, okay, all I know is left, right, and set. Left, right, and I set the ball, and then whatever the hitters do with it is what they do with it. You set them up. You set them up as if you put it too tight, an easy block, right? If you set it too far inside, it's an easy block they don't have to move very far. You set them up as a setter, not only with your set, but in the situation you're putting them in, okay? So you have to think of where you're putting the ball and when you want to put the ball where, okay? Whenever we're doing, and y'all are all high school, right? We're going in high school? Going in, right? Okay, so you want to sometimes beat the offense, or you want to beat the defense with a fast offense. I know a lot of coaches say that they want fast offenses, but you have to be able to know your hitters too. So for example, in our gym, Coach Bryce is a middle and a right side, but we don't run her very fast because she's just that kind of hitter. She gets out to where she needs to be, and then she's able to move the ball around better than some of our quicker hitters, right? So we like to put her high and then put in the air and let her move the ball around with her own swing, and then we run a different quick set with somebody that can just put the ball down quicker. Does that make sense? So it's two different hitters, both very capable of getting a kill, but both in different ways. And so you're not going to be able to give her the set that you give somebody that's quicker out of the middle. You give her a bigger set and a longer set and a higher set, so that way she can really move the ball around and put that ball wherever she needs to go. So as setters, you have to learn your different hitters and you have to learn your different sets. Now, you also have to be able to dictate whether or not you want that hit to be what is happening in that situation. So you have to make sure you know on the line, 24-24, 23-24, whatever it is, are you going to go for that quick, fast set? Or are you going to go for somebody that's going to put it in the right spot that you want it to? It's just how you want that situation to go. So on the court, you're the coach. On the court, you're the quarterback, you're the one dictating everything, you're the one making sure your system is going right. But you also have to do the right things yourself. You also have to get your feet there. It's no matter how old you get or what level you get to in volleyball, you're never going to be able to get away from left, right, set, setter. Make sure you're doing left, right, set. Okay, you're always going to make sure you have to do your basic stuff to level up your game as a setter. Okay, and as a setter, you have to want that leadership. You have to want to be better. You have to want to keep learning. You can never be satisfied with being mediocre. You can never be satisfied with just learning how to put the ball up in the air. Okay, you're always wanting to make your hitters look better. It should never come back on, oh, well, I gave you a great set, that's why you got the kill. Put that ball, you should always want to make that situation better. If it's a bad dig, you should make that set perfect to where it looked like the dig didn't even matter. Or if it's a pass, the 30 feet pass, if it cut you off 15 feet, you should put that ball up anywhere you want to where the pass didn't even matter. You go, you pat your teammate on the back and you say, hey, you're good, like just push it forward, you're fine. But I got your back, I got the setter's back, I got the passer's back, I got the hitter's back, okay? So you always have to make sure you're ready to level up your game and never be okay with just being okay. Okay, does that make sense? So make sure whenever we're finishing up,